All right, y'all. Episode 5 of Push Talks. Special guest, my good friend Diamond, and she is here to talk about basically breaking awareness to mental health. So, what's up, Diamond? How you feeling today?
I'm pretty good. How are you?
I'm good. So, look, before we get started, let's talk about what made you want to start bringing awareness to mental health.
About 2.5 years ago, I was diagnosed with a panic disorder, and I had to actually find out like what was going on with me and what actually dealing with a panic disorder is. And I've been to therapists and a lot of different other things, but I wanted to find my own way. I was prescribed several different medications, and that's what I did not want to do. So I tried to find different natural ways, and I just felt like if I put my story out there, maybe other people are going through this too.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, well, let's just do whatever we can to bring awareness to it. And the stigma is so tight with
Mm-hmm.
mental health. Like, so many people aren't educated. So many people don't understand what it is to deal with it. So if I could do whatever I can to help break the stigma, then that's what I wanted to do.
And that's very courageous, and I respect you 100 for that because I know for one it's not easy.
Nope.
Everybody's not a public speaker or
Right.
somebody that could just come out and just speak about something that they going through. So
Yeah.
I know how challenging that could be,
Mhm.
but it's nothing that you can't overcome.
Yeah.
So for one, I applaud you for that.
Thank
When you first started talking about it,
you.
did you start getting the sense of like relief because you were talking about it, or did it just kind of make things harder? Like, how was that?
So I'm a super private person. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I do not talk about a lot of things that's going on with me. I will wait until I get behind closed doors and cry and do whatever I had to do.
Mm-hmm.
And like, for me doing this, it did relieve so much for me. Like,
Okay.
it actually became one of my stress relievers
Okay.
in order for me to like get through it.
That's dope. That's good. I'm glad that it's there. You find it therapeutic though, because at least you get some out of it. At the same
Hmm.
time, and maybe helping somebody else. That's the
Right.
goal, right?
Right. That's the goal.
So do you know if it's like hereditary or anything like that?
Honestly, I do not know. I know, like, I had a conversation with my grandmother before, and she explained how, like, she has been to therapy, but as far as, like, exactly if anybody's going through what I'm going through, I do not know.
Okay. When did you experience your first panic attack?
I was at work. I was a manager at a clothing store, and I fainted. And after I fainted, like the next several days, I found myself hiding in a corner. And I knew I couldn't like really move or really talk to anybody. I just wanted to hide and I
Mhm.
just wanted to like go away. At first, I thought it was the stress of the job, but as it kept continuing, I didn't know exactly like where it was coming from.
Okay. So like, so when this happened, like, did you catch yourself or did somebody come to you and
When I
like
fainted the first time,
yeah, like at work?
they said they found me on the floor in the back. So
Mm,
they like had to throw water on me to wake me up.
okay. And you
Yeah.
just instantly woke up from the
Mhm.
water?
Mhm.
Wow,
And
okay.
didn't know where I was. Didn't remember fainting. Didn't remember anything.
So, did you think it was like a serious thing then, or did it happen a few more times after that for you to realize it was like real?
I realized it was real when I was at home. I was
Mm-hmm.
getting ready for work, and I fainted in the shower.
Mm,
The only way I woke up was because from the water of the shower,
mm,
and I didn't really really consider like what was going on until I noticed that I was at work.
mm-hmm.
So I went from at home, fainting, getting dressed, getting to work, and not remember the whole drive to work.
You didn't remember the
Did
whole
not
drive?
remember the drive to work.
Wow.
Like, my dad called me, don't remember talking to my dad on my way to work either. Like, I didn't remember anything. And when I got there, I think like everyone was looking at me crazy. Everybody was looking at me like really weird.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't understand like something was really going on until they were like, no, like you're not supposed to be here.
Right.
So
how ended and how long has it been since that incident? Since that one?
Probably almost 3 years ago.
Almost 3 years. Okay. So are you now capable of like sensing it before it come, or like how are things now?
Yeah, I'm pretty good with it now. Like before, it had just happened and I didn't really know that it was coming on. But now, like, I can feel myself, you know, becoming different or feeling really weird, or my body just did not feel like myself. I felt out of place.
Okay.
So that allowed me to know like something is happening.
Okay. At this time, when you were going through these attacks, were you and this might sound kind of ironic, but like, were you dating someone?
I was.
And how were they taking to your panic attacks?
You know,
I mean, I asked
to be
because,
honest,
yeah,
I was dating someone at the time when it all first started, but I don't know if he understood exactly what was going on. I don't know if he knew what to do in that situation as a significant other.
Okay.
I just felt like he kind of not ignored it, but didn't really consider the fact that I was dealing with something serious.
Okay. So he wouldn't even get an A for effort, huh?
No.
Man. I mean, hey, he ain't do shit. But damn, okay.
Not to try to put him out there.
I mean, but hey, but this.
But yeah, I do wish that I was. Yeah. I felt more secure.
Yeah.
While I was going through it.
Yeah, I mean, because who knows? It probably would have been easier for you to deal with at that time. I mean, when you with somebody, that's why I asked. You know, because when you grown, you know, everybody is almost with somebody in a way. So they definitely play a part. You know,
of course, in
your everyday life. We gonna come back to talking about the panic disorders. Okay. Let's talk about. I had a question. How do you feel about females being held to a higher standard than men?
I feel like, so first I feel like Cleveland women are fighting against each other, and the next woman don't want to see the next person win, and they feel like it's a competition, and they feel like it's off of popularity of who can be on top. And I just feel like guys get supported more often than a female do, but you, I mean, you got guys that are here being rappers and things like that. So, and
this is something that you witness 9 times out of 10 in person, because you're not on social media for real.
Right. So, I'm super private. If I'm on social media, it's every blue moon. Disappointing the time I had my best friend try to run my Instagram for me because I couldn't. Right. You know, it wasn't like an interest to me. Like, it's cool or whatever, but I wasn't that person that was posting every day or on there every day or
that. I mean, that's just interesting because, you know, when you like on I'll be on social media and you know the way they project women supporting each other, it's like a thing, you know. At least you would think that. Yeah. But you know, so these are things that you experience in person, hands on.
It could depend on where you at too.
Okay.
It could just be clean.
It could. Okay. Yeah, that's definitely true. What about so do you think the whole Cleveland scene is like, when it comes to dating, I think it's all just some more Cleveland shit to deal with? It's time to go.
It's time to go.
You got to get you somebody from, I don't want to say Atlanta, but somewhere else.
That's my top city.
Atlanta? I don't know why I was about to say that. Yeah. You like Atlanta though? Okay.
I go every year. And I had one of my best friends live out there with her husband too, and their baby. So.
What's stopping you from moving out there?
Fear.
Oh, you honest?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I know. I have a high volume of
honesty.
Fear.
Oh, okay. That too, but fear.
Fear. For
what
sure.
You so is it just what you being on your own out there, or just starting fresh? Or?
Starting fresh. And I'm super close with my family, so
okay, I understand.
Not having family out there or my mom and
okay. Let's talk about that stigma in Cleveland. It's a lot of damaged men. It's a lot of damaged women. Let's elaborate on that Why you think that is? I mean, is it because they parents? Is it because, I mean, how far can you go back to? Is it the way they was brought up, or is it just the people they hanging around,
I
or?
mean, it could go as far as like things that happened in their past.
Hmm.
Like,
I mean, we've been called the mistake by the lake. Everybody dealing with shit, but at the
yeah.
same time, everybody is like dealing. No
Hmm.
matter where you at, everybody and anybody is going to be going through something. So,
Yeah. I mean, and then you have the people that's been through hell and come out on top.
hmm
So it's kind of like you really can't really pinpoint it on their past
hmm
or label them a certain way from what they've been through.
hmm
But I don't know. They and people say people that been through things when they was a kid,
hmm
have that hustle mentality and don't
yeah,
know nothing but how to grind. So
yeah, definitely. What what stigmas are you tired of seeing in Cleveland or in our communities, I should say? And
mm, I don't know. Like
so you got the
probably go
no, go ahead, go
ahead.
ahead.
Probably being labeled as, oh, you doing what everybody else is doing.
Oh yeah, definitely. It, I hate, I really hate that stigma
Hmm.
because when you go down a bread aisle, how many different types of bread is it?
Right.
Water aisle, hella
Right.
different types.
Right.
So what do you mean?
Right.
Like everybody's doing this? Like why can't I do it?
Right.
But that's a perfect one. That's a perfect one. I think stigmas is the main thing that's really um it's really stopping us from progressing as a people.
Hmm.
We continuously like bash each other.
Yeah.
We promote way more bullshit than positive shit.
Of course.
And I say we because
Popularity.
I've been a victim of that. I've been in that mind state where I've done that. And
Hmm.
it's just something you got to change. And I know as I get older and as other people get older, you really see people that's in their late 20s or early 30s that's really
Hmm.
just, it's like that, that's like that turnaround age. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Where you just really realizing what the fuck going on. But it's a lot of broken stigmas that's um just really messing up, just fucking up our
Yeah.
communities,
I
I
mean,
should
I
say.
know for me too as well. Like when I was like 25, oh, I knew I was probably gonna get engaged or start having kids or something.
Hmm.
Like I always felt like I had a timeline in my life of how I wanted to go.
Yeah.
And then it's like I'm the last person in all my friends that
Hmm.
don't have a kid.
Yeah. Well, that's because that's only because you ain't find what the husband
Yeah.
first. So was that your way you wanted to do it, the traditional way, get married and then have a kid?
I would like to.
Okay.
Hmm.
And why you think that haven't worked out? I'm gonna put you on the spot.
I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, you think it's just bad luck, or people not ready for you? You too much woman for them, or
Too loyal.
you too loyal? I
Yeah.
know. Look, when the dude come across a loyal woman, first of all, do they realize how loyal you is?
Until after.
After it's
Hmm.
always like that, typical. Um, that's crazy. That's fucked up.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what it is now, I guess. And let's go to this. What you feel about when it comes to holding a man down? When you come across a lot of dudes, it's all about holding them down and
Hmm.
supporting them. What you think about that whole narrative?
I mean, I support
Hmm.
holding your dude down or whatever.
Hmm.
Because, I mean, as a woman, that's what you're supposed to do.
I
But.
like that. I like that. I ain't go. Yeah, I mean, I like that. You said it. I like
But
that.
it should be the same way.
Hmm.
He should be able to hold you down too. He should
Exactly.
be able to have your back and, you know, be there for you whenever you need to. Like my whole thing is like being friends first, like being best friends.
Hmm.
I feel like when you have that friendship, then nothing else will really matter. When you
I,
have an understanding of communication and honesty and loyalty and trust,
hmm
then it's like,
Now, I get that, but do you develop that relationship, that best friend relationship during the dating stage or once you get together? Like, how's that developed though? I mean, because
I mean,
it's different when you with
yeah,
somebody and that's your boyfriend, that's your girlfriend
right.
now. So it's like,
But y'all should have that friendship though.
So that means it's safe to say y'all should be dating or at least know each other
Yeah.
during that dating.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I mean, but when you're dating, that's what you should be doing. You should be getting to know each other.
Are you off limits when you're in that dating phase? Like you just talking to me. That's it.
I'm like, yeah. But that's for me. That's just me though. Like I said, I'm a super loyal person.
Okay, yeah. So
That's like I don't know how to not be.
and they gotta just drop everything when you come in the picture. Basically, that's what it is.
I don't know. I feel like I'm super cool. Like I'm not that crazy.
So you could date somebody that's still talking to other females. If
it won't be serious, no.
What won't be serious?
Like me and his friendship or his whatever.
Y'all, a friendship wouldn't be serious?
No. It just we're just dating.
Okay.
We're not hanging out, we're not having sex, none of that is happening.
When you say hanging out, what you mean, like no dates?
Yeah. I said hanging out like dating.
Okay. Damn, so none of that if he talking to another chick. I think a dude should be able to date
multiple people.
Yeah.
I mean, ain't nothing wrong with it.
That's you, but you talking about you though.
Yeah.
You talking about you. Okay. Say less, cause you know you about to be asking in the comments. Look, you ain't.
What is she talking about?
Yeah, look, she said it already. Listen, nigga. So let's go back to the panic disorders.
Mm-hmm.
How did your how did your family or friends, take into that? Were they supportive or?
Ooh, that's real. I feel like my family didn't understand, like they didn't get it. And I just feel like in a Black family, you're taught to get over it or to move on from it because ain't nothing wrong with you. You're all right. You'll be okay. So I don't know if they really understood how serious this was. I mean, they were definitely there for me, but still in the back of their minds, I feel like they were really confused. And like, actually my best friend, she like made a post and like all I can do is just cry because I didn't think they understood. And I realized that it did take a while for her to understand, but now she understands where I'm coming from. Like she made a post and it was like, I didn't really get what my best friend was going through. I didn't get why she was so distant. I didn't get why she didn't want to talk to me. I didn't get why she didn't want to communicate about what was going on with her until now.
That's a real story because, you got so many narratives around Instagram or social media, period. You know, how it kind of just give us this alternate reality, an escape from our reality. But when you can indirectly express how you feel and the people that matters, get that message, because we don't all know how. Sometimes we don't know how to communicate how we feel, but when you get it like that, in that sense, when she's able to put it out there and you able to receive it, it's like that's what social media. That's like a good thing when it comes to social media, So I'm glad that happened. You want to shout your best friend out since
Kelly, she knows she is.
Yeah, shout out to Kelly. Yeah, that's love. That's 100, and that's what I like to see, man.
It was really emotional. So
okay, so you called her up after that and just start crying to her.
I text her like, "You got me at work crying."
That's what's up. What's your goals with how far you want to take? You speaking out, talking about the mental health around panic disorders.
I definitely want this brunch to be an annual thing. And to like do different things too. Like I want to give back to the community. I want to be able to go to different schools and talk to kids that are dealing with this. Wherever I can fit in and whatever I can help, I am like willing to do it. I'm super open to do it. Like I don't have no block on what I want to do. Like I just want to figure it out and do everything.
Have you met anybody else who's experienced those?
Yeah, I do have a couple of ladies that will be on the panel at my event that will be talking. Just for me speaking out, they have been accepting to want to elaborate on what they've been through.
Okay.
And that was super dope to me because I didn't think anybody was going to say anything,
Yeah. That's
and it was pretty cool.
when you look at before,
Mhm.
have you always thought of yourself being like a businesswoman or running a business or
For
something like
sure.
that? So when you found obviously it's something you was passionate about because it's something
Hmm.
that was serious. Um when you start pursuing this goal,
Hmm.
to speak out about it, how did everything start coming and manifesting for you?
Everything start going crazy.
Okay.
Like I have a couple ladies that came to me. They want me to speak at their event in April.
Okay.
So they're doing things at my event too.
Mhm.
I had a meeting with them. I even had like other people want to actually sit down with me and have more conversations around it.
Mhm.
I've had people come to me and say, "Well, I want to have you on my show." So it's like a
I'm one
lot
of
of
them. I'm one of them.
and I
Yeah.
appreciate that too. Like
Yeah.
I've had a lot of like different opportunities just jump at me.
Yeah.
Like I've been like the last 2 weeks I've been doing something probably every day.
Okay. And that's a good thing, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So you don't look at this as work. It's just you just
Something I'm passionate about.
definitely, and that's I applaud you for that because you pursuing something that you're passionate about,
Hmm.
and who knows, that could lead to purpose too.
Right.
Let's talk about purpose. And
Okay.
you finding yours. Do you think you found yours, or are you still searching?
I think I found part of it,
Mhm.
if that makes sense. Like I had to realize that I'm not going through this for no reason.
Mhm.
I had to understand that God gave me this gift for a reason in order for me to help others. And this is my now. And I'm eventually going to go to my future and do what I can to help my family, help my nieces and nephews, make a better life for them, do whatever I can
Mhm.
to make things easier for them. And so I feel like I'm at the beginning of my purpose
Mhm.
and I'm just still finding my way and finding myself.
I think it's gonna unfold. I think you're on track.
Mm.
And just take that how you want. I mean, it's nothing but positivity, and
Right.
I'm a big I sense energy. I feel energy, and
Mm.
I feel like what you're doing is positive, and
Mm.
I don't think nothing bad could come from it.
Yeah.
Um, let's talk about your push through. You want to share your
Yeah.
push through?
My push through was probably waking up in the hospital and having to stay overnight a couple days. And that made me open my eyes to realize like something is wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And so that was like my reality check. That was like, you got to figure out what's going on.
Mm-hmm. Was it that? What did you feel like? When you woke up in the hospital, when you woke up, you
Hmm.
stayed there 3 days after that.
Hmm. They wanted to monitor me. I had to get CAT scans done. I had to get millions of EKGs. Some
Mm-hmm.
people think that's nothing, but that's a lot to me.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of different tests done, a lot of different blood work done,
Mm-hmm.
and it all came out to nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So it was definitely like I had to figure it out.
Yeah.
And I was prescribed with Xanax and Prozac,
Mm-hmm.
and I just did not like how it made me feel. Like I hate the feeling of it, and it puts me out. Like when I take it, it puts me out. The only time that I feel like I really need it is if my panic attack is super bad
Mm-hmm.
and I need to like calm down and settle down.
Oh, okay. And how long ago was that?
Yeah, this was all about the same. So three
Same
and a half
time?
years ago.
3 years? Okay. Wow. That's crazy. And just to sit in the hospital for 3 days and you got the doctors keep coming in
Yeah,
and
I had
it's
my
more.
mom there with me though, so
Okay.
I had a support
Okay.
next to me.
That's good. Um, that's when I think about that just being like, do you feel like, damn, it took this for me to just realize? Or
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. Like I don't know, it's just
I mean, were you it was just like a slap in the face, or was it kind of, or were you being naive to the fact at first, or was you just didn't want to believe it, or?
I feel like it was a wake up call, but I was like working crazy
You was working like,
hours and doing all type of things at work. So I don't know, but then after the fact, after I stopped working where I was and it still kept happening to me, I was like, well, maybe this isn't work related. But it's like after all this time, why is it starting right now?
Okay.
So I didn't really like understand that or get that.
So what's some things that so you see doctors and therapists? No.
The doctors have to prescribe you the medicine,
Okay.
and the therapy is just there for.
Which one you think works better?
I am honestly not a fan of both of those.
Really? Okay.
Yep. I just felt like therapy made me weak. It made me vulnerable. I just feel like I was such a strong person before, and it's like I feel like I'm okay, so I can just keep doing without it. And I didn't like opening up to strangers because that's not me. I barely open up to my friends and my family, so it was definitely hard for me to go to therapy.
And you still doing that, or no? You done? Good. You don't need none of those bad vibes. And you done with the medicine too.
I have it, like it's in my purse right now if I need it, but
okay,
I don't take it.
Okay. Let's talk about I had a question. So can a guy's ex be a turnoff?
Can a guy's ex be a turnoff?
Yeah, like if you find out, oh, you dated her, like.
I'm gonna say a lot of that has happened. Yeah, I guess it's like, oh, those are your standards.
Yeah.
I don't know. That sounds so mean.
I mean, it is what it is.
So rude.
I've experienced that.
But you know, people be with people and they be like, oh, okay.
But it could be somebody with high standards too. You know, what if he dated somebody that was just like, you know, like, damn, you was messing with that, you know?
No.
It's nothing. I mean, it's like a thing though. Let's talk about spirituality. Are you spiritual? Would you identify like more spiritual or religious?
I feel like I'm not as spiritual as I want to be or should be, because I know this might sound bad, but I do come lazy in it sometimes. So I feel like that I can do way more better than I am. Like, I feel like I need to open my Bible more. I definitely pray. I definitely go to church every Sunday. But it's still some things that I feel like I need to do on the back end of me embracing God, if that makes sense. So I don't know.
When you were going through those tough times, how was your relationship then with God?
Like, I was stuck. That was my best friend.
Oh, so it was like close.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, that's all I had. You know what I mean? I don't know. Some people don't feel like they consider God as somebody to be there for them.
Yeah.
But if you trust and you believe, then everything will fall into place. Like,
definitely,
you gotta really have faith. You gotta be encouraged by Him.
And it's whether you're religious or not, you have to believe. Like, it's a higher power.
It's definitely a higher power.
You can't think that everything, all of this, just you're entitled to it.
Right.
You're obligated to have it. Like, no, you should definitely. I feel like I don't try to put spirituality or religious or religion on anybody, but you have to be thankful and grateful to a higher power, no matter. And why not? You know, I'd be oblivious to the fact that people aren't. It is people like that. You know, there's really people that just think they're entitled to have everything they have. They think that the world is theirs. Yeah. But, you know, sometimes when you go through a situation,
you're blessed.
Yeah, or even if you bless, you're gonna give thanks, or you're gonna either gonna call on God to
Right,
save you. You
right,
know what I mean?
right.
So
At some point in your life,
yeah,
you are calling on God.
yeah. Um, I think that what you're doing is dope. I wish you the best. I hope that you find
Thank you.
more therapy from this.
Mhm.
Because your mental health and your
Mhm.
health in general.
Yeah.
Always you always got to put that first and take care of it.
Right.
So. Um, Anything you want to tell the people that'll be looking out for as far as like future brunches or anything like that that's coming up?
Yeah, of course. I do have a brunch coming up Saturday, February 29th. The brunch is just to break the stigma towards mental health, to bring awareness to mental health too as well, to communicate together as women, to network, to find exactly what it is in each other and how we can help each other and how we can, move on to the next step and work together as a team. This is definitely going to be a networking event. This is going to be an event where you can just be relaxed. I want you to cry. I want you to scream. I want you to yell, laugh, and just have a good time and enjoy yourself. So, hope to see you guys there.
And let the people know where they can follow you at.
You can follow me at Diamond PRNSEZ on Instagram and just Diamond Coleman on Facebook.
All right, cool. And that's episode 5, and we out.